guys, welcome to the weekly watch list. This is your host, Jeff Kohler, aka Option Addict, from over at TradingAddicts.com, here with a Father's Day edition of the weekly watch list. Big ups to all the fathers out there. Hope you had a good one. Anyway, let's kick things off with a little bit of market analysis. So, a little bit of weekend news has stocks set to open up higher, which is a good thing because we're on the long side, a little heavy here, kind of betting for a little bit of continuation into this week. And things are looking pretty good. You know, keep in mind we are in some significant overbought areas. McClellan is going to probably register some readings north of, I'd say, about 70 tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. You might want to take some profits off into strength tomorrow. But aside from that, we're still looking at this double bottom setup in the S&Ps, which has worked out lovely. The end price target we were looking for was a move roughly to about 1150 or so. This double bottom measures move up to about 1160. We'll start taking profits on the way up to about 1150 in terms of S&P points. So things are looking pretty good here tomorrow for some continuation there. We might see a couple pullbacks along the way, but so far everything's looking pretty good. As far as ideas this week, I'm not going to shift too far from what's working. And last week, it was looking for potential breakouts. Stocks like C-Trip, which saw fantastic movement to the upside. Stocks like Apple, making a pretty good amount in stocks like that. F5 Networks, good breakout, some good follow-through. Rubicon didn't trade this one, but this is exactly what I'm looking for in terms of candidates, looking for those stocks up near their highs, breaking out. Was a watch list candidate. Didn't like the way the options were priced on that one, but nonetheless, just kind of looking for movement similar to what we're looking at here. Stocks up near their highs, breakout candidates. This week, I've got a bundle. In fact, I'm only going to focus on those ideas and just try to trade around those. Don't want to get too bearish here. I might hedge a little bit, but not really going to be talking about too many bearish ideas this week. So here are a couple things that I'm keeping an eye on. We'll start with CRM, which, as a disclaimer, I've got a long position here. But looking at this over about the last 30 days or so, just on the 30-day chart here, you can see prices are kind of coiled up pretty tightly up here near their highs. So looking for a breakout and a move to the century mark. Again, I'm already long some calls here, so as a heads up there, I'm bullish on this name. It's a stock that's up near its highs. And this pattern here should push it beyond the 100 mark, but I think that's at least a quick spot to look to take profits. The airlines have been on fire, and I do like Delta. Don't like to fly with them, but do like the price action on this one. Prices have coiled up to a point here where it looks like they're going to pop, probably go up and revisit their highs up at around 15. Here at 13 seems like a pretty sensible move, especially with a lot of the breakouts we've already seen in Continental, US Air, etc., etc. We're going to see a lot of patterns like this, like in titanium, where you've got a stock that's already broken out. It already has a pretty good trend behind it, but what it's been doing over the last couple of days is just sitting here and flagging. So looking for flag breakouts, I think that's going to be a viable strategy this week too. And titanium is one that I like a lot. Volume looks pretty good. Price action looks pretty solid. That's a name that I'm going to look to trade. Cognizant, which is another name that I own. I'm anticipating a breakout here, but whether it's Cognizant or Infosys, they're going to be pretty similar patterns, but looking for breakouts into market strength. Analog devices. I might want to zoom out here a little bit, look at this on the one-year chart, and you can see a big old coiling patterns. Volume's been tightening up here. To me, it looks like it wants to break. So that's a name that I look to get long this week as well. CMI, again, stock just kind of pulling back up before its highs. To me, looks like a pretty decent dip to buy. Stock got to see 80 if it takes out its highs. AMCC, I just stumbled across this name tonight, and it looks really, really good. I like this consolidation range that it's been trading in, kind of a flag. You might draw it a little bit differently. Could draw it, in fact, doesn't matter how you draw it. Point is, it's breaking out with some heavy volume here. So tomorrow there might be a name to look to get long as it takes out these highs. Again, probably could cruise up to about 13 or so. That's a name I like a lot. Mint, which I got out of this position just because I figured it was going to roll over when it took out one of its prior lows up here, but that's a name that I'll probably look to jump back into up here. Big volume on Friday, stock pushing up north of 960. If it gets above that, it's going to go to 10 pretty quick, so that's a name to look to get long. WRB, same thing, just looking for a breakout of these highs. It almost looks like a little bit of an inverse head and shoulder setup up here near its highs, but nonetheless, a breakout at 28 probably sends this stock up to 29, closer to 30. Success factors, SFSF, another little triangle pattern that's been setting up here near its highs. Meadowbrook, MIG. Volume has been really, really strong in this one. Came across it tonight, and I'm probably going to look to pick up shares here first thing tomorrow morning, looking for a breakout. Again, looks really, really strong. Love the volume in this one, and should be a runner if it gets up north of 9. Let's go to this little software name. To me, looks interesting. Aspen Technologies. Again, big volume on Friday. Love the way prices have been coiling up here. That's a name we'll probably look to buy some shares in. Love the look of that. And GSIT. Another flag, another triangle, whatever you want to call it. Breakout, volume perking up, looks pretty good. As a matter of fact, I got another long list here that I'll just throw at you. So take a look at these.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
And so anything I've shown you here, guys, is nothing really. It's nothing really too significant. I mean, I'm just looking at stocks that are within about 5-10% of 52-week highs, and just looking for the next round of breakout candidates. And if the market works the way that I think it's going to, and I think we stay in bull mode here, probably see a few pullbacks along the way. But I'm looking for an S&P at about 1150, 1160. Getting up into that region. Along the way, these stocks that are up there near their highs are going to be the first ones to break out. And I think those that get to new highs, see a little bit of short covering, those are going to be some of the most explosive movements. As you've seen from last week's watch list, we had heyday with a lot of the breakouts that we saw going on there. And so I think we'll just treat this week the exact same and just look for relative strength. So that's all I got tonight, guys. Hope that those ideas provide you some bundles of cash over the week. And happy trading to you all. This has been the Option Addict. That's been my watch list. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.